My childhood was definitely different than, I guess you would say your typical childhood. But I think it's always about how you look at things. Things were different, and we were from a small town, so you just, back then you just didn't hear those kind of stories. No one got on the internet and was famous. It was, you go to a record label, you get signed, and that's how things went. So whenever it happened, I just remember being like, wait, what? My sister's on the radio? I don't understand. I remember my exact words were, like, Mariah Carey? I was like, that's how my sister is? And that was the first time it clicked for me because I had a real comparison as a child. But my childhood consisted of being able to travel with my sister and, do things that most people never get to do in their life. Those are the things I focus on. And my sister made it so fun. She really made me involved in every part of it. It was kind of like it was like my tour, and she just let me run around doing whatever I wanted. So those are some of the best memories of my life, is being on the tour bus with her. And, it was a little family. We were just on the road. So it was just like any other childhood, except we were just, a traveling circus, I guess. I was so young whenever, everything was happening with, Britney blowing up and, the whole new side of the fame and the celebrities and all that stuff. So to this day, I think as a child, like, you don't realize who you're meeting or how important that is or what a big deal this is. You're just like, this is just normal. This is what, when you're looking at it that innocently as a child, people will be like, have you met this person, or do you remember doing this? And I'm like, I don't know, because sometimes I feel like I've met so many people and was in so many different situations that some of them, I'll see a picture and I'm like, oh my gosh, I did meet them. That is so cool. But as a child, you just don't really, I don't think that you really know exactly what's, happening around you or who you're meeting until, you look at pictures, I guess, now. One good example, was I was going through pictures, and of course I remembered everyone who was on the Mickey Mouse Club. I remembered that. But just to really see it and, really remember it and bring it back to my childhood, and there's this picture, and I'm, laying across my sister, Justin Timberlake, and Ryan Gosling. And I'm, maybe 4 or 5, and I'm just laying across them. And now today to think, the 3 huge stars that those people are, and that was just my childhood, and that's just the kind of memories I have. And, just like anyone else, but at the time I was just being a kid, and so were they.